Hello, the event I'm going to be reviewing today is a virtual event found at the Hammer Museum at UCLA in Los Angeles, California. The name of the exhibit is Radical Women, Latin American Art from 1960 to 1985. I chose to review this event because of its emphasis on women experimenting with different messages, mediums, and meanings through their art, and also its connection to Latin American culture and Latin American history, which are topics that I wish to educate myself more on. This event really resonated with me because I am a woman practicing art, and I think it's really inspiring to see women pushing boundaries and making strides that are kind of the first of their nature to really just communicate what they feel as an artist, to go against stereotypes typically associated with women in different cultures and societies, or to even make political, social, economic statements. So I thoroughly enjoyed looking at all these pieces. They were all different in mediums and some of the messages that they wanted to portray. And I picked about 3 out of the 10 pieces that were featured in the exhibit to go more in depth on. So the first artist I'm going to be discussing, her name is Ana Mendieta, and she's Cuban. Her piece is called Untitled, but it is also known as Facial Hair Transplants, and it's basically a documentation of a performance she did where she took the facial hair of a friend, a male friend, and glued it onto her face in the shape of a beard. And this is really just an experiment with the relationship between facial hair and how that can define and outline gender. And I think it is really an interesting testament to how women can experiment with more masculine and more feminine ideas and how they express themselves, and also just gender fluidity. The second artist is Patricia Restrepo. She's Colombian, and her piece is a film titled Por la Mañana, and it's based off of a poem by Jacques Prévert. And in this film, it's a very sad wife who every morning has the same experience with her husband. They eat breakfast together, the husband reads the paper, eats his food, drinks coffee, and smokes a cigarette, but never once acknowledges or pays any attention to the wife. And I think that this is a very interesting and very sad situation to be in, and a lot of women find themselves being in an unhappy relationship, whether it's wife or just significant other, and they are the loving, affectionate one, and they are not receiving that affection in return. So I think that it's definitely telling of the different roles that women can fill in a relationship. The last artist is Maria Evelia Marmolejo. She is Colombian as well, and her piece is titled Anonymia 1, and the rest of the translation in English is Homage to Those Disappeared and Tortured in Violent Incidents in 1981. And this is a performance piece where Maria inflicted wounds on herself around her face to represent the violence experienced by many men and women under the regime of Julio Cesar Turbay Ayala, the Colombian president from 1978 to 1982. And it's just supposed to bring awareness to the pain and the hurt experienced during a very violent political era. Overall, I really enjoyed viewing this exhibit. It was possible through the Google Arts and Culture platform, and I basically just got to click through and read about each piece, look at the artist, and really just learn something new about how women experimenting with their art leads to building up, redefining, and even breaking down the way that women are portrayed in society and different cultures.